Hello, Market America distributors. This is Tammy Moskowitz with part 2 of the new distributor training. We're going to be going through key terms and definitions of the unfranchised business. The first term that we're going to go through is apply, which is step 1 to getting started with Market America's unfranchised business development system. When you apply, you're going to be filling out an application and agreement with Market America. There's 2 ways to get started with Market America. One is as a sales rep, which doesn't cost you anything, but you're only as good as your last sale, and it's like giving yourself another job. You're allowed to buy product at distributor cost and earn a gross retail profit, but it's not going to give you the leveraged income that you get from participating in the management performance compensation plan. So most people get started as an independent distributor by paying the subscription fee, which also allows you to buy product at distributor cost, earn the gross retail profit, but you can participate in the management performance compensation plan and earn commissions. Notice that the MPCP starts with management performance. I like to make sure people understand this is not just a compensation plan. It doesn't mean you've registered your business and sponsored 2 people and then all of a sudden you're going to start getting paid. There's work to be done, an organization to build on your left and right before you get to earn a leveraged income. So again, you're going to be learning to participate in the management performance compensation plan and then earn commissions. Also notice that there is the term unfranchised owner. We also refer to as a UFO. When you become a distributor and pay the subscription fee, you are not necessarily a UFO. You have to meet certain criteria in order to be called an unfranchised owner. If you want to learn about what those criteria are, go to your unfranchised management system, and under downloads and administration, you can find that booklet. When you apply with Market America, your place of business in the computer system at Market America is the tracking system that will add up everything that flows into your center. You're going to be identified by a 9-digit ID number called a distributor ID, followed by a 3-digit extension. This is where the banks for BV and IBV are going to be located. The 2 ways that distributors can come into the business is either a single center entry, where you start with 1 business development center, and this is created by submitting an application with the subscription fee. You do not need to place an initial order. However, you cannot upgrade to a master and franchise owner entry. It's not permitted. So the decision has to be made up front. Most people get started with a master unfranchised owner entry, which is 3 business development centers, which is created by submitting an application with the subscription fee and accompanied by an order for at least 300 BV of products and services. 200 BV will be placed in extension 001, and a minimum of 50 BV will be placed in extension 002, and a minimum of 50 BV will be placed in extension 003. When you do this, you can get better leverage from the beginning. If you want to fully qualify all 3 of your centers from the get-go, then you're going to start your business with 600 BV, 200 in your 001, 200 in your 002, and 200 in your 003. 001 center is the only business development center with ongoing requirements. This is what it looks like. A single center, you just have your 001. with a master and franchise owner entry, which enables you to leverage your efforts by opening multiple business development centers from the beginning, starts you with your 001 on top, your 002 gets placed on the left, and your 003 will be placed on the right. This is what it looks like for everybody. Your 002 will always feed the left side of your 001. Your 003 will always feed into the right side bank accounts of your 001. So this is what a master and franchise owner entry looks like. Step 2 is to create. What are we creating? Business volume and incentive business volume. Business volume, or BV, is the unit value points that are assigned to exclusive Market America products. An example would be Pentaxel, one of our advanced skincare treatments. There's 3 numbers given to every Market America exclusive branded product. So one of the numbers is distributor cost, and using Pentaxel as the example, the distributor cost is $52. That's what we pay. Our customers pay the suggested retail, which is $72.50. So the difference between those two prices is our retail profit. That's immediate cash in our pocket. The third number is the BV point assigned to the product. So using our example Pentaxel gets 47 points. And the points are what we are accumulating and accruing toward commission checks. So BVs and IBVs are used to calculate commissions. IBVs, incentive business volume, those are points that are assigned to our partner store brands. So when people shop on our portal at Staples, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Home Depot, on and on, we accumulate IBV points that are going to be calculated toward commissions. How do we create these BV and IBV points? Many different ways. One of the ways is personal use. Think about it. If you owned a butcher shop, are you going to go down the road and buy your meats from another butcher? No, you're going to buy them from yourself. So one of the things we teach people is to take products you're already buying out and about at grocery stores or Target, Walmart, a mall, anywhere that you're buying products and you're spending your hard-earned dollars. When you spend them out there, you're setting those CEOs up for retirement. You're sending their kids to college. You're sending them on vacations. And all we're showing you to do is to take those dollars. So this is not an expense, fellow distributors. This is money you are spending anyways. And we want you to take those dollars and spend them from your own business. Buy from yourself. So you're going to transfer your buying habits. Every single month, think of what you're doing. Go and fill out the home shopping list on your portal. You know, we all wash our hair, clean our house, do laundry, wash our face. Some of us have pets, some of us wear makeup, some of us use skincare. Take your everyday consumable products you're already using, you're already buying, and just buy them from yourself. So instead of your hard-earned dollars going out the door, they're just coming back in to your household through the back door, and we transfer those buying habits. We go on to auto ship, what's called transfer buying. Our customers can do the same thing. They can take their favorite and consumable products, go through your portal, and earn cash back for buying from your portal. We also have retail sales. We do have a requirement of selling a minimum of $200 retail sales every quarter. You're going to learn how to build and develop 10 to 15 preferred customers over time. Every time we place an order For products from the Mall Without Walls, Market America exclusive products, BV is created. We're going to build relationships on a one-to-one basis with our customers. We're going to sustain dialogue, get feedback from them, identify what they want and need, and we're going to help them get it. And then when they love one of our products, chances are they're going to like something else within that same product line or the same store, or even from our partner stores, because when we teach our customer how to get the product they love from our portal, they're going to get cash back. And then when they see the thousands of partner stores that are affiliated with our portal and they can earn cash back just from shopping and initiating their search from your portal, they are going to love shopping from your portal. So we can sell more products to fewer customers, and it's far more efficient and profitable than mass marketing rules of pitching products to the greatest number of people. We don't have to do that. We're just going to build and develop 10 to 15 good customers. Now, if you want more, that's great, but Market America is designed for busy people who already have jobs, children, families, careers, businesses. So it's not about going out and finding thousands of customers or hundreds of customers. We're going to build 10 to 15 good, solid, preferred customers that are going to shop from our portal on a regular basis. We have merchandising systems through a web portal, through catalogs, through product cards. You can listen to somebody at work, and if they complain about how tired they are, they're bloated, they need to lose weight. If you just listen to people, they're always complaining. You can send them a link from your portal. You don't have to know every detail or all the science behind our products from the get-go, because you can send them a link straight from your portal to get all the information they need. You can hand them a catalog, or you can give them a product card. And again, this is one-to-one marketing. We're building our share of that customer. Personal business volume is known as PBV. Now here's a fun sentence. All BV is PBV for the BDC it is placed in. Say that 10 times fast. Well, let's interpret what that means. PBV, personal business volume, does not accrue in the banks of the BDC in which it is placed. It's initially used to qualify a business development center. It's used for quarterly personal business volume requirements, and it's used to exercise the monthly accrual option. So when BV is placed into a center, it is personal to that center. It does not go into the bank accounts or the group volume of that center. It just goes into the center, and again can satisfy requirements and monthly accrual options, but then it's going to flow up. So when it goes into the center, it's personal to the center. Group business volume, known as GBV, comes from centers that flow from underneath it. So all personal business volume flows up and counts as group business volume in the banks of all qualified business development centers that it flows through. And it is the group business volume that's used to calculate commissions and bonuses. So once a business development center is qualified, all the BVs that flow from underneath it are going to flow in and become group business volume. Distributor cost, that is what you pay for products and services. Suggested retail, that's what the company suggests for retailing products, goods, and services based on fair market value. Now, although a distributor may charge more or less than suggested retail, it is suggested to charge the retail price, unless you're having some sort of promotional campaign, which you might do, let's say for a special holiday, whether it's Mother's Day special or Father's Day or maybe a holiday. And by the way, if you are on iTransact, you can control those types of specials that you give to your customers. It gives you more control over your business. If you would like to know more about iTransact, go to www.itransact.com, get their contact information, and let them know you're a Market America distributor. It allows you far more control over your business. Now, the company is going to charge distributor sales tax based on suggested retail of the distributor if the distributor is not registered for sales tax in that state. So again, sales tax is based on suggested retail. Qualifying a center means that you have to accumulate 200 BV in that business development center. And once it's qualified, by having paid your subscription fee, linked properly, and accumulated 200 BV in the center, it now opens up bank accounts on the left and right, and this is where your BV bank accounts are located and your IBV bank accounts are located on the left and right of your business development center. The sooner you qualify, the sooner you're going to be eligible to earn commissions and bonuses. The objective is to develop independent distributors into successful unfranchised owners and managing an organization of shopping consultants. Your start date is based on the date when an application is entered at Market America and an independent distributor is created in the database. Your start date is used to determine if an annual renewal is required in the first year or not, and it acts as the Q date for a sales rep. A qualification date, also known as your Q date, is the Friday of the week in which the distributor's initial business development center became qualified. Now, you need to know your Q date. If you don't know your Q date, you need to go look it up. The way to do this is to go to your unfranchised management system and log in. You can either log in with your email or your rep ID number. That was the 7-digit number that was given to you when you registered your business. If you don't remember it, you can use your email. You are also given a temporary password, which I'm sure by now you have changed to be your own password. When you log in, you can go to Reports and then click on Management and go into your distributor qualification report and look at your Q date. You should know your Q date the way you know your birthday. Your birthday is the date you came onto the planet. Your Q date is what your Market America business is going to revolve around for your entire term with Market America. It will never change as long as you remain an active distributor. Let's look at a quarter. For qualified distributors, your quarter is based on the distributor Q date, also called a 3Q date period. For sales reps, it's based on the start date, also called a 3 start date period. Now, I'm going to say something that sounds a little silly, but I assure you'll never forget it. Everything in Market America starts on Saturdays and finishes on Fridays. I told you be giggling, but that's how we work our business. You start on Saturday and finish on Friday. Our weeks, our months, our quarters all work that way. Let's take a look at this calendar. I know it says 2009, but you could pick up any calendar and learn how to figure out when things are due for you in Market America based on your Q date. So let's take an example of somebody registering their business on January 14th, 2009. Let's say that's when they got into the computer system. So January 14th on that Wednesday would have been their start date, but what's their Q date? If they started with a master and franchise entry with 3 centers, they were automatically qualified with 200 BV in their OL1. If they registered online, they were linked properly because the computer won't let you link somebody improperly. And they paid their subscription. So now we know they're a qualified distributor. So their Q date would have been that Friday, the 16th. So their entire business is going to be based on January 16th. If we're looking to teach them their quarter dates, then first of all, we have to figure out their quarter months. Here's your formula to figure out due dates. The month, the Q date, the next Friday. The month, the Q date, the next Friday. We never turn the clock back. So if your Q date landed on a Saturday, we have to go to the next Friday. The only time that it is on the Friday is if it lands on a Friday. So let's give the example of teaching this new distributor who signed into the business on the 14th. Their Q date was the 16th. So I would be showing them this at their follow-up on their Getting Started guide. We go look at their quarter months, which would be April, because quarter months you have to count out every 3 months. April, July, and then October, and then January, April, July, October. That's going to always be their quarter months. So if I was showing my new distributor when their quarter would finish, I would have to go to April. There's my month. I would have to go to the Q date, which is the 16th. Well, the 16th was on a Thursday. Can we finish anything on a Thursday? No. We have to finish on a Friday. So that distributor's new quarter, first quarter, is going to finish on Friday the 17th. When is their next quarter going to start? On Saturday the 18th. If I figure out their second quarter, we have to go to July. That's their quarter month. And then we go to the 16th. That's their Q date. That lands on a Thursday. But we don't finish anything on anything but a Friday, so we have to go to the 17th. So again, quarter 2 would be April 18th to July 17th. The next quarter would start on July 18th. You tell me right now what would be the next quarter month. You're right, it's October. And when we go to the Q date, the 16th, what day does the 16th fall on? Falls on a Friday. Do we finish Market America weeks, months, or quarter on a Friday? Yes. So that quarter will finish on Friday the 16th. The next quarter would start Saturday the 17th. We'd have to go find the next calendar, and we'd go to January. We'd go to the Q date the 16th and the next Friday. So whatever your Q date is, that's the formula. The month, the Q date, the next Friday. Unless it is a Friday, then if it lands on a Friday, it is the Friday. Any other day of the week, we go to the next Friday. Now let's say you're looking to figure out month-to-month dates. You just go to the next month, the Q date, the Friday. The very next month, the Q date, the Friday. The very next month. So it's a very simple formula, and if you learn this, you always know when things are going to be due in Market America in terms of your requirements. Step 4 is to activate. How do we activate? We're going to personally sponsor and place one qualified independent distributor in your left organization and one qualified independent distributor in your right organization. A PSQD, personally sponsored qualified distributor. PSQD. On your left and on your right activates your center. And this allows you to now be eligible to earn commissions. But you're not going to just sponsor 2 people. You're going to keep, that process is going to keep going because you're going to be developing an organization on your left and right. So you're going to keep on going with sponsoring, recruiting, sponsoring, and adding to your organization in depth. All we have is a left and a right. There are 3 requirements to remain active. 2 of them are quarterly and 1 of them is annually. First of all, you have to have a current quarterly sales report known as a Form 1000 on file. You're going to do this each quarter for your 001 Business Development Center. All the other centers, it only has to be done once in a lifetime. But for your 001 Business Development Center, you have to do it each quarter. The Form 1000 is submitted with 2 retail sales receipts totaling $200 in retail sales. You can learn how to do your Form 1000 either from a senior partner, or there is a training module available on www.unfranchisedtraining.com. I will repeat that, www.unfranchisedtraining.com. When you get to that site and you're logging in, you click on the bar where it says Home, a window will pop up. The user ID is the word distributor. The password is the word Go Now. Once you log in, the training modules are toward the top of the site. One of the modules will walk you through how to submit a Form 1000. The second requirement to remain active is another quarterly requirement where you have to place 150 personal business volumes in any one of your business development centers. Now again, the whole amount is 150 PBV, personal business volume, in any one of your business development centers. And I'll show you later how, when you do your monthly accrual option requirements, it's actually handling this particular requirement. But to know the rule and the requirement, 150 PBV has to be placed each quarter in any of your BDCs. The third and final requirement to remain active is annual. You have to renew your subscription each calendar year. If your start date is July 31st or earlier of the current year, then you have to renew your distributorship by December 31st of that year. If your start date is August 1st or later that year of a current year, then you do not need to renew until December 31st of the following year. Your annual renewal is based on your start date. Everybody needs to renew, whether you're a sales rep or a distributor. Everybody needs to renew. And it's based on your start date, not your Q date. If you want to know what your start date is, you can find that from your distributor qualification report, which is found in your back office in reports under management. You can go to the distributor qualification report and you can see your start date. And again, if it's before July 31st of that year, earlier, you have to renew that year. After July 31st, if it's August 1st or later, you can wait till the following year. Now, I just want to take a side note and let you know that to stay active in the business is very simple. Just these 3 things. It really doesn't take much time to do this. As a matter of fact, it just takes a few minutes each time you do your Form 1000. And if you're on transfer by, your products are drop shipped and handling the second requirement of 150 BV. But I want everybody to know that even though it only takes a few minutes a year to stay active, I think you would all agree that it's common sense and obvious that it's going to take more than just being in the business to actually build and develop 2 sales and distribution organizations. So it takes time, commitment, determination, and showing up, plugging into the system to actually build your ongoing income. The MPCP management plan has supervisory responsibilities. We are paid commissions for managing, training, supplying, supporting, and motivating our organizations to produce retail sales volume. You can find what these responsibilities are under the MPCP guidelines that are listed in Chapter 12, Section 1. Failure to perform the management responsibilities is grounds for corrective action by the company. So just understand that you know that there's policies, procedures, regulations that are required to adequately teach and train your organization. You can learn what you need to do through trainings, meetings, CDs, DVDs, newsletters, your career manual, listening to your MP3 player. That's what's going to develop your business and your ongoing income. Sponsoring. The independent distributor who introduced you to the business, as indicated on your application, is your sponsor. Placement is where a business development center is located in the Market America genealogy. That's also specified on the application by the new distributor's sponsor. It's also referred to as linkage. A BDC may only be placed on the left or right side of another BDC where there is no other BDC that exists. So you can check with your team. I always tell people, talk to your team, talk to your senior partners when you're looking for placement of a new distributor so that everybody is on the same page and knows where the new person is, because we all work together as a team. Here's a slide that's showing sponsorship versus placement. In this example, you are the sponsor of Tom and Sue and Dr. Jones. You have personally sponsored all three of these distributors. As you notice, Dr. Jones is personally sponsored by you, but her placement is on the left side of Chris's Business Development Center. So for Chris to become activated, he would need to personally sponsor a qualified distributor somewhere underneath Dr. Jones, because Dr. Jones is not a personal sponsor. Chris will benefit from everything that Dr. Jones does because 100% will flow up, but Chris needs to personally sponsor his own qualified distributor somewhere on his left side. And because Dr. Jones took that first left side spot with placement, then Chris has to go underneath Dr. Jones. So placement and sponsorship are two different things. Unlinked distributors will happen by somebody being placed in a spot that's already taken. Now, if you register a new distributor online, this will not happen because the computer won't let you. But if you are doing a paper registration and you have not checked with your team, then this might happen. And in order to correct the linkage, you have to use the placement linkage correction form found in the downloads under administration and send it into the company. This is time sensitive because it can affect commissions, queue dates of new distributors, the transfer by pull week, activation, and so on. So if somebody is unlinked, you want to make sure they get linked properly. One hint of unlinkage is when you see sales volume in leg 0 on your reports, on your management reports of a sales volume report. Those leg 0 should always be zeros. You will not get a queue date until the linkage is corrected. Step 5 is to teach, manage, and support others. You want to teach your newly sponsored distributors to do what you do so that you can multiply your efforts. But just remember that people do in excess what you do in moderation. So do not cut corners. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right, and worth doing right the first time. By sponsoring more than 2 independent distributors, you help others succeed while speeding up your own success. Teach your people how to apply, create, qualify, and activate. People are going to lead to people, and people lead to more people. BVs and IBVs are generated as your organization expands. Managing your organization increases your potential for income and growth. J. Paul Getty said, "I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. And in order to be successful, You have to have a product that everybody wants and needs. You have to be your own boss, and you have to duplicate yourself. And I think you would all agree that Market America has products that everybody wants and need. A lot of them are consumable. We are our own boss. We're going to teach you what to do to duplicate yourself. And so we have all the criteria that it takes to become successful in this business. One of the things I love is that the system searches for BVs and IBVs to infinity. And when Market America does that search each Friday night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, it's starting at the bottom, and all the new BVs and IBVs are flowing up 100%. Stay tuned for part 3 in the next segment.